Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one, the only, the great and powerful, the she for all showings, the countess of closings, a woman who needs no introduction, direct from the convent and singing a number from her award-winning multi-brokered album, Songs to Sell Your House By, the incomparable Lisa.
Showings, I can't read that mailbox. Darkness, haiku. Wait, where was that drop off? Silently the senses awaken their defenses. Slowly, carefully, should have brought my flashlight. Where's that lockbox? Don't I have a flashlight? Bull Patroni's pen or TG's book right then? My phone has an app for that, that's right. How I love these showings in the night. Close your eyes and imagine it's your favorite shade. Feel around, I think that may be bamboo or pine. Let's look inside and let your eyes adjust once more and see shadows like you've never seen before. Soft light, globe light, energy bulb in that one. Best view, ocean views. Take their word on that one. Open up your minds, let your fantasies unwind. In this darkness you won't get much help, all right. The darkness of the showings in the night. Just got back from Savers. Let your dreams begin. Let your haiku side give in. Perhaps come back when you're available in daylight. That would really help, yeah. Then we can forget this showing in the night. Aloha! Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We have a great house tonight. I could feel your energy before I came out. So thank you for that. Thank you to Fred's Garage, who rocked it. Yeah. They're the best house band ever. So welcome, everyone, to the third, can you believe it's the third annual Rams Got Talent show? So excited. Again, thank you for being here tonight, helping to raise money for the Rams Scholarship Fund and Maui on Stage here at the beautiful historic Iao Theater. So, you like the opening number? Yeah? Did that hit home with anyone? Can you all relate to that? Raise your hand if you experienced at least one of those things. in the past. If not, you're not working enough or doing business, or maybe you're just smarter than the rest of us and you're not doing nighttime showings. After you do one or two of those, you pretty much give them up and try to avoid them at all costs, right? And how about Larry Feinberg and Christy Scott? Thank you, guys. Larry is so funny. I have to tell you the story. I was talking to him yesterday, and I told him that we have, some tickets sold, but I really wish we had a few more, before going into today. And he says in Larry way, well, you know why you don't have more tickets sold, right? He sounds like kind of like that, huh? And I said, why? And he said, because I'm not in it. That's what he said. Yeah. Then he says, I want to be a judge next year. And I thought, that was a pretty good idea. You guys think we should make Larry a judge next year? That would be pretty entertaining. I mean, he's doing it anyway, right? He might as well be up on the judges panel. So, right? But Ray? No, he's not there. Okay. So, Ray, later on in the program, I'll probably ask you for a rim shot, just so you know. We didn't coordinate that, but... Okay, so I know I'm really not dressed appropriately for a showing in haiku. And I debated wearing street clothes and then doing a costume change, but then I thought it's really the only opportunity. Well, it was going to be the only opportunity that you would have to see the full dress, because I usually hide behind a podium, and Rosalie Yaksic wasn't having that. So she said, you can have a music stand, but no podium. So we're just going to pretend that that's not kind of see-through. Okay. Or maybe we shouldn't. Okay. So here we are at the EL Theater, and we are ready to get down to business, okay? So as many of you know, there is a lot of hidden talent in the Maui real estate community, and we will be showcasing some of that tonight for a great cause. As a matter of fact, two great causes. You will hear music, storytelling, passionate singing, watch captivating dancing. You'll travel to Bavaria in your mind, laugh out loud to hilarious stand-up comedy, and you are also in for a couple of surprise performances, guaranteed to make you smile, or groove, or perhaps be a little frightened. But it is Friday the 13th, right? Did anybody dress up in Friday the 13th stuff other than me? No? Okay. That's all right. So how did this Rams Got Talent show get started? I'm going to remind you, for those of you who weren't here. But first, by a show of hands, who came to the first Rams Got Talent? Actually, applause, because I can't see you at all. Applause. Oh, wow, light up stars. That's really cool. And who was here last year? Okay. And this is your first time? Okay. Oh, awesome. Okay. So how this started was, it was born originally from some of Maui's most brilliant minds and finest realtors. What? They're smart. So Marion Haller, Dave Futch, Tara Garcia, and I are graduates of the 2012 Hawaii Association of Realtors Leadership Academy, or HARLA for short. And one of our Leadership Academy assignments given to us by the one and only Beth Holiday. Is she here? Oh, there she is under the blue star. We love Beth. She gave us an assignment to create a project that would benefit our community. So our Maui team decided to focus on two specific, very worthy causes. One was the Realtors Association of Maui's Presidential Scholarship Fund, and the other Maui on Stage at the historic EL Theater here. Well, each year our committee has grown, which was our intention, and we were joined this year by some amazing people who I would like to recognize briefly here and thank. Ricky, can we have the house lights up, please? So stand up, folks, as I call your name. Randy Antonio. Oh, he's back here. He's working. Lydia Mae Presbytero. Lydia Mae is in the house. Rosalie Yaksic, who's over here working. Sharon Robinson. Sharon. P. Denise Lacosta. Alan Muniz. Where's Alan? Alan. And Jean Keating. Jean. I saw her here. She's back here too. They're all working. And then, of course, the wonderful RAM staff, who is always an excellent help. So let's, give them all a hand. Thank you for volunteering. Thank you, Ricky. I will do that again to you later. Okay. So Rams Presidential Scholarship Fund, for those of you who don't know, provides $1,000 scholarships to Maui's graduating high school seniors each year. Since 1989, RAM has awarded over $400,000 in scholarship funds. Pretty amazing. Yes. In 2013, just to show you how it's grown, RAM awarded 28 scholarships, $28,000, which is great. And then in 2014, we helped to raise that number with this event to $38,000. And then this year it will be $40,000. So we're on the right track. Thank you. Thank you. Like it was all me. Okay. Sharon Robinson from Mason McDuffie, who is our pledge card sponsor tonight, she'll be coming up later in the program and sharing a little bit more about the scholarship fund with you. And then we will also have yet another surprise performance for you during that part of the show. The other beneficiary for tonight's program is Maui on Stage, who has been a tremendous steward of the Historic Yao Theater by doing continuous improvements to the building. For those of you who have been here over the years, you know what I'm talking about. Some of that includes adding air conditioning, photovoltaic system, which some of you may not know. I think that went up last year. Installing the new seats that all of your cute little butts are sitting in, those red seats. And a total repainting and rehab of the interior of the building and a new stage area. They have also not only added to their own programming, but they have made it possible for this theater to be available and affordable to many groups and other members of our community to rent. So a portion of the proceeds from tonight's event will help them to continue such efforts and improvements and support their ongoing excellent theatrical productions. Yes. And I'm not biased or anything. I like to do some shows now and then. By applause, who saw Elf, the last show? Anybody see? Okay, good. I was Buddy's not so evil stepmother. And Ricky, the guy in the booth that I was talking to, played Buddy the Elf. Multitasks. Yeah, he was aight. Just kidding. Okay, so when we set out on this Rams Got Talent endeavor, we had two primary goals. One is to create the most successful fundraising effort in Rams history, and number two, make it fun. Sometimes fundraisers are all great, but they can sometimes be a little bit on the boring side. So our goal is to make it a fun-draiser. Get it? Fundraiser. Ba-dum, Ray. Okay, no. All right, so, yes, thank you. Thank you, Ray. Okay, so now the fun part. We have enlisted the help of 3 celebrity judges to help make this night a night to remember. And now it's time for us to meet them. So we're going to do this a little bit differently this year. For those of you who are here the last 2 years, we're going to do this American Idol style. And we're going to bring them out. Amy Webb, they have some escorts back there, and they're going to bring them out from backstage and escort them to our seats. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. Okay, first up, this gentleman was one of the original disc jockeys on Armed Forces Radio Network Vietnam, from which the movie Good Morning Vietnam was based. His radio career spans 43 years. It's just a baby, just a baby. Locally, he has served as a program director and personality on KPOI Honolulu and KAOI Maui. In the 70s, you could hear his voice as the station announcer on KITV Honolulu. For 10 years, he hosted the popular afternoon show on America's Jazz station, KKGO in Los Angeles, California. He was also heard on over 160 radio stations coast to coast nightly on the Westwood One radio network. He is a certified Arizona firefighter, an EMT, and worked as a volunteer with the Sedona Fire Department and former volunteer for the Red Cross National Disaster Team in Nashville, Tennessee. Wow, it's great to know that we're covered if any of you have a heart attack during the show, right? Joe can save your life. Okay, nobody's going to have a heart attack tonight, don't worry. Maybe just a little excitement and sweatiness, hopefully, if they're doing their jobs right. So when he's not working, this guy enjoys quiet time with a good book, which he's not going to get tonight. No quiet time. We're not going to give him that, right? Right, thank you. Currently a radio personality and operations director for H Hawaii Media Maui, where he can be heard on the Maui Sunrise Show from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., otherwise known as early, playing the greatest hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s Monday through Friday on Maui's classic hits radio station, Koni, K-O-N-I, 104.7 FM. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Hawkins. Thank you, beautiful Amy. All right, our next judge has a name that was given to her by Polly Ahui when she needed a radio name, and it has served her well. She was born on Oahu, but then moved to California briefly, where she attended Mother Goose Nursery. Right? It's a great name. And although she attended other schools along the way, such as Maui Baptist Preschool and Kamehameha schools, I think it was Mother Goose Nursery which prepared her for the associate degree in police science, also known as criminal justice, from Hawaii Community College. Those nursery rhymes can be brutal, am I right? Yeah, I don't know. She also has a background in sociology. Fascinating lady. Again, born in Honolulu, but raised in Kuau, Maui. We currently know her as radio personality, DJ, event MC, and the program director for Maui's contemporary Hawaiian music radio station, KPOA, 93.5 FM. She's been seen in many local stage productions on Maui and has entertained audiences throughout the mainland. She's an accomplished recording artist in her own right, and in 2008 was featured in her recording with Willie Kay, of Maui Medley, which was included in the Pink CD, a recording for which proceeds were contributed to the Maui Memorial Medical Center Foundation to help fund breast cancer awareness and education. You can catch her radio show Monday through Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. I don't know how you people can start at 6 a.m. with any kind of energy, Joe, right? It's not easy. That's why they do it. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, your morning goddess, Alakai Paleka. Very nice, gentlemen. Wonderful. Loving this escort thing. This was a really good idea. Okay. And last but not least, our next judge has been performing and recording for over 5 decades as a master woodwind musician. And for those of you who were here last year, know he plays a mean clarinet. His rich baritone voice is perfect for vocals and funny Cajun stories, right? In 1967, he and his fellow horn players from the University of Memphis traveled to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and the famed recording studio to record with Aretha Franklin on her first of many hits for Atlantic Records. His talents have been sought after for performance and recording by dozens of notable musicians and performers. His latest album is titled Aloha, Y'all. Clever. And was recorded here on island with some of Maui's best musicians, playing popular Hawaiian tunes to a different beat and arrangement. Every day he expresses his gratitude to have the gift of music. Let's show him our gratitude for being with us tonight. Your 2014 Rams Got Talent winner, Phil Smith. Okay, get a room. Let's go. All right, thank you, judges, so much for being here tonight. We will definitely check in with you in a little bit. So before we get started, though, I do have an announcement to make. You may have noticed, some of you, if you're looking in your programs, that there are only 9 finalists in the program rather than 10, which is what we started with. And this is because the ball band had to drop out due to illness. I know, it's a bummer. But the good news is, I have made the executive decision to move the after party from Tiffany's Bar and Grill to Keone Ball's house. Yeah? Oh, thank you. So we'll just bring the fun to them and make them feel better. Don't you think 250 people at Keone's house would make them feel better? All right, so who has his address? Anybody? I'll get that from you at intermission. Okay, so we'll keep the party at Tiffany's for now, but it's okay though, because the 9 contestants that we have here tonight are outstanding and they are very excited to perform for you all. So how are the winners selected? I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a rundown there. The finalist performances tonight will be evaluated by our panel of celebrity judges, and they will rate each performance on a scale of 1 to 10 in the categories of natural talent, skill, execution, originality, charisma, and overall appeal. There will be awards for the winner, first place, second place, and third place, as well as an audience favorite award. Who will be your favorite? You will have the opportunity to vote at the end of the evening, so keep that in mind. All right, enough of that. Are we ready for our first contestant? Great. Okay, so let me tell you about this guy. Oh my gosh, it's a long bio. Okay. This gentleman was born in the state of Bavaria in Germany, the home of BMW and the Autobahn, in case you're wondering, as well as the birthplace of Oktoberfest and the chicken dance. At the young age of 13 and a half, he was accepted into a famous European culinary school. After 3 years, he graduated as a certified chef and beginning a career that lasted 22 years and spanned 4 continents. After a decade of cooking in Europe, he reached the position of executive chef. He has worked in exotic locations all around the globe, including Paris, Monaco, Singapore, India, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Bali. By the way, his suitcase is large enough to fit a person in it, just in case you are looking to go somewhere. He has worked for a long list of employers, such as Donald Trump. Say it with me. You're fired. Okay, so now you know where I'm going with that. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. You're fired. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so he's worked for the Hyatt Corporation, the Regent Seven Seas, Hilton International, and many others. This guy was sought after by the Grand Waikapu Golf Courses and Royal Lahaina Hotel, who both offered him the position of executive chef. He has 2 beautiful teenage children, Carly and Nolan. Oh my God, 2 teenagers at one time? I'm just kidding, it's fine. Okay. 10 years ago, he entered the field of mortgage banking. He passed the federal exam conducted by the National Mortgage Licensing System and the state exam administered by the Hawaii Division of Financial Institutions. That's good to know, right, that he passed the test if he's doing mortgage banking. And he currently works with Man Mortgage, a regional mortgage bank and one of our RAM affiliates. He began playing the accordion at age 7 and is currently a member of the Dorf Musikkanten. Forgive the accent, although my last name is German, I really don't know what I'm talking about. Musikkanten is an authentic German band located on Maui that is very active during the Oktoberfest. Has anybody seen Musikkanten? Woo! All right. Well, my dad rocked the accordion as a teenager too, so I'm personally really excited to see this particular performance. All right, let's hear it for George Toma.
Aloha. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Versteht jemand, was ich sage? Ich spreche Deutsch. So, as you all know, I'm from Bavaria. So we want to make this real quick. I have to make my 5 minutes. So. As you see, I have one hat. And now we're going to the chef hat. The original Patrick Kilbride, Volker Weiss, remember? I used to work here. Grand Valea, remember the beginnings? So anyways, I'm performing, I make a quick salad. Easy, simple. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna perform this via video right behind me. Look at me. That's when I was 12 years old. That's Volker Weiss with hair. So, you see it? And yeah, so this salad, what I'm making, is when I was 13 years old, 14 years, and I had to make this dressing every day. So I know this in and out. We continue now showing you how to make the dressing. We have white wine vinegar, we got Maui sugar, we got mustard, which is more on the French side, we got horseradish, onions, and garlic, and of course I need oil, which is the whole binding element. So let me show you how I cut onions. And there we go, like here. Now, put the onion in. We add garlic. We add sugar. And we add the mustard. And then of course, horseradish. And then I'm adding in the white wine vinegar. Now we have all the ingredients in the blender. Put the cover on and we turn on the blender. And now we're adding in the oil. Now this blender is really fantastic. You can just pour the oil over the top of this lid and that's it. That is the Franconian dressing. So this is how it looks in the end. Nice and fluffy, nice and easy, light. Let me try. Yummy. And now what we do, we just take the dressing and pour it slightly over. There we go. And now we're pouring it over the salad and putting these garnishes nicely over that salad. There we go. Adding these yummy ingredients together. There we go. And here's the dressing. I'm pouring this over. Now, for the judges to try. Right on. Perfect. Okay, Sharon, where are you? Here she comes. Yes, my former boss. Thank you. Okay, as you see behind, there's all these places I used to work, but now I really like to play this more exciting fun part. So, for all of you, please, that would like to have an additional CE credit, Scott Shirley will sign you up and you can have that, it's called the chicken dance credit. So everybody stand up, please. And I'm going to show you, these are the beaks, these are the wings, these are the tail, and we clap 4 times, right? We got it? Okay. 2, 3. I hope you all enjoyed it. Guten Abend.
Thank you.
Und auf
George.
Wiedersehen.
Okay, so George, come over here. Come over here with me. All right. I knew I should have worn my lederhosen. There's still time before October, right? We can put in a group order before October. So if you want me to order you some lederhosen, let me know. I'll do it in intermission. How are those salads?
Very good.
Very good. All right. So what do you think, judges? Phil, you want to start? Give George your feedback. Your feedback. Okay. Anyway, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it'd probably be kind of leafy too. That's the first time I've ever seen anybody perform and then offer the judges something to eat. I mean, the salad gets a 9 as far as I'm concerned. Very unique. I didn't know where you were going when the thing was going on and the projector. I had no idea. And then when you served the salads and then did the chicken dance, you know, that kind of sealed it for me.
Joe.
Thank you, Phil. Who knew dinner and a show? This is terrific.
Hey, we're classy. We're all classy.
I think you'd have scored higher if you fed me a schnitzel or something, George, or maybe served up a spot and beer with that. But this is an excellent salad dressing. You did wonderful. If I walked into your mortgage office and you had that on your head, I might turn around and walk out again. But you're obviously multi-talented. The accordion, the chicken dance, you had the audience on their feet within minutes. I got to give it to you for that, buddy. And it's a great salad dressing.
You know, I did enjoy your energy. You were dancing while playing the accordion. I thought that was awesome. And I would have given you like an 11 out of 10 if you were playing the accordion while making the dress scene.
There's always next
Right,
year.
and any man that is willing to wear a chicken hat in public, I commend thee. Good job, George. Good job.
Thank you, George. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, judges. Excellent. Okay, next up, we had the opportunity to see this lovely lady last year, and we are happy to have her back again this year to share her passion for Hawaiian dance. She will be dancing a medley of 2 songs by her kumu hula, Keali'i Raishel, No Luna Ika Hale Kai, a traditional chant updated to a contemporary Malay, which describes the towering ohia trees, fierce surf, and dense hologroves that journeyers to this area of Puna navigate. Helai no Aulani, written for the Aulani Resort on Oahu, offers a gracious welcome to the weary traveler to a place where birds gather, gentle breezes caress, and the scent of Maili lingers in the lei offered. Are you totally relaxed right now? I'm totally relaxed right now. Okay. Here she is. The Sicilian, Manhattan to Maui, Islander at heart, a realtor with Maui Real Estate Advisors, LLC, Nancy Jaquan Dean. Beautiful. Come on over here with me, Nancy. Well, judges?
Oh, this is easy. One word, lovely. Thank you. Beautiful. Obviously, you've been dancing for a long time. The hula, my favorite dance in the world. Tonight, thank you.
Nancy, coming from Manhattan, I commend you on coming to Maui and learning our culture and learning it well. I know you're Kumu. I'm going to Instagram him right now. Your performance, mahalo for exposing everyone to his music, Kawai Okalena, his latest CD, and I want everybody to go and buy it.
Nice plug.
When I saw you dance last year at this competition, I said, what beauty, what grace. And even more so this time around, when you dance, I really feel aloha. You're really beautiful.
Okay, our next contestant is originally from Boston, Massachusetts, and a lifetime avid outdoors woman. As a young girl, she and her sister would harmonize to Bonnie Raitt records. I gave them something to talk about. Right? Right. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I'll leave you alone. I'll probably have one every time. Okay. At age 8, our next contestant took her brother's guitar, taught herself basic chords, and started writing songs. She was a ski racer, has ridden motorcycles since her teens, and hand-built her first home at age 20, a log home on a river in Maine. She moved to Maui in the 80s to pursue windsurfing and worked in that industry for years. She used to own a product design company and graduated from UH Maui College in the early 90s. She loves anything to do with music, science, travel, family, friends, and fun, as well as great books, great movies, and fine food. She's been in real estate for 21 years and started Upcountry Realty 12 years ago. Her next adventure after tonight's festivities will be Munro bagging in Scotland later this spring. What is Munro bagging? You ask? I asked that too. I didn't know either, so I Googled it. Bagging the Munros. Little education for you tonight. See, you didn't know you were going to get this. Compared with some continental ranges, Scottish mountains might be modest in height, but walking and climbing in them can be treacherous because of their latitude and exposure to Atlantic and Arctic weather systems. Some walkers are unprepared for extreme weather on the exposed tops, and fatalities are recorded every year. Some hikers aim to climb every Munro, known as Munro bagging. A walker who has climbed all Munros is entitled to be called a Munroist. At first I thought it might be some kind of sport with animals, like cattle roping, you know? But then I thought maybe carpet bagging, which led to other types of concerns. Turns out it was just scaling mountains through thick fog, strong winds, driving rain, and freezing summit temperatures. No biggie, really, right? Here she is, and by the way, this poor thing is really sick also, but she is here tonight because she wants to perform for you, so we're very excited. The impressive future Munroist, Jan Anderson.
Ready? Yeah, thanks very much. I'd like to first say thank you all for coming out and supporting this great cause. And I'd like to thank Fred's Garage Band for being so great over these last couple weeks. They've been great teachers and great supporters, and I really appreciate your help, so thank you. And I'd like to introduce Rona. This is Rona Landrigan, originally from Glasgow, Scotland, and now she plays with the Maui Pops Orchestra and the Maui Chamber Orchestra, and so you'll be able to see her around the island quite a lot. And then over here we have Klaus Zimmer, who is, I just found out recently, the latest and greatest new realtor on Maui. So hey, congratulations, Klaus. Yeah. So I just wanted to say quickly that, as Lisa said, music has been really important to me for my whole life. And I've only ever usually performed for myself at home and in the shower and whatnot. So this is kind of a treat for me. And thank you for being kind and listening. And the song is written by a young girl, a very young girl from England. And she poses the thought that no matter where we are, as long as we're together, we're home. And this song is entitled Home, and her name is Gabrielle Applin, and I'm happy to perform it for you this evening. Thank you. Oh, and you are going to be invited to join us on the last chorus, and hopefully the words will be up on the screen for you. So, we ready? Thank you. I'm a phoenix in the water, a fish that's learned to fly, and I've always been a daughter, but feathers are meant for the sky, and so I'm wishing for the excitement to arrive. It's just I'd rather be cozy in the chaos than laying on the sharp end of this knife. With every small disaster, I'll let the water still take me away to someplace for real. 'Cause they say home is where your heart is set in stone. It's where you go when you're alone. It's where you go to rest your bones. It's not just where you lay your head. It's not just where you make your bed. As long as we're together, does it matter where we go home? cuts have healed with time. Comfort will rest on my shoulder, and I'll bury my future behind. I'll always keep you with me. You'll be always on my mind. But there's a shining in the shadows. I never know unless I try. With every small disaster, I'll let the water still take me away to someplace real. 'Cause they say home is where your heart is set in stone. It's where you go when you're alone. It's where you go to rest your bones. It's not just where you lay your head. It's not just where you make your bed. As long as we're together, doesn't matter where we go. Home, 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 home. 'Cause they say home is where your heart is set in stone. It's where you go when you're alone. It's where you go to rest your bones. It's not just where you lay your head. It's not just where you make your bed. As long as we're together, doesn't matter where we go. Home, 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 home. 'Cause they say home is where your heart is set in stone. It's where you go when you're alone. It's where you go to rest your bones. It's not just where you lay your head. It's not just where you make your bed. As long as we're together, doesn't matter where we go. Home, 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 home. This is where we'd like to invite the audience to join us on the last chorus. And we have some words for you. There we go. We have some words up on the stage. Ready? And they say home is where your heart is set in stone. It's where you go when you're alone. It's where you go to rest your bones. It's not just where you lay your head. It's not just where you make your bed. As long as we're together, doesn't matter where we go. Home, 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 home,
to me. I have to keep it together now. Does anybody have a tissue? God, that was great. Okay, come on over. Judges?
First of all, thanks for coming in even though you're under the weather. I saw you with one of those masks earlier. Thank you for showing up. But it is apparent you're very passionate about this song. And can I assume those are pictures of your dogs and your family and friends? And you took the time to write the lyrics. I thought that was an awesome piece of performance art, and you had this audience mesmerized. It was so quiet. Usually slow songs, you really got to pull your audience in. I thought you did an excellent job. Thank you. Mahalo.
Did you write the song?
No, it was written by a young girl from Gabrielle.
It's really a beautiful song, and you performed it well. It's so haunting with the violin, you know. And in this crazy world that we live in, there really is no place like home. And you really expressed that. Your passion for the song was very well done. Thank you.
Well, if you weren't feeling good when you came in, you wouldn't know it from your performance tonight. You did wonderful. Thank you. Music and songs are very personal things. That one obviously touched the heart of many here in the audience tonight. I thank you for that. You performed it wonderfully. You had me, and I thank you for coming, and wonderful. I look forward to hearing you again sometime. And your accompaniment was beautiful.
Thank you, Jan. All right. Now, get ready to laugh. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, didn't I promise you? Okay, this funny gal up next is originally from Seattle and moved to Maui Seattle in the house. All right. Moved to Maui in 1981. She found her passion in real estate in 1997. As the new century began, she found joy in the public eye, writing for the Maui Weekly. She created and produced a weekly radio show on KAOI talking about real estate and lending with Jim Garrison. She has performed in one other talent show at age 11 with her sister. They lip-synced I Got You Babe by Sonny and Cher. She played Sonny. Who hasn't, right? Right? Okay. Her daily goal is to make at least one person laugh and loves to laugh at herself as well as others. She loves to be on stage, although has never done anything on stage before this besides singing karaoke. This is her first performance with an audience of this magnitude, so she asks that you be kind. I have to tell you, I've known her for several years, and I had no idea that she had such a sick mind. I mean, that she was so funny. Yeah, her audition was definitely one of my favorites, so no pressure, Chris. That'll stress her out, I know. Okay, please help me welcome from Maui Island Realty, Chris Bakeman.
Oh my. This seemed like such a good idea when I tried that for the show. I took a comedy class about 15 years ago and I failed it. And I just never did anything with it. I just love comedy. I love watching it. And thank you for the bright light in my eye. I asked him really bright so I can't see any of you. Because if I don't see you, you don't exist, and then I'm not as nervous. So this is my first time ever doing anything like this. The audition was the first time. I decided to audition 3 days before the audition. And I just came up and wore my house dress. And Phil Smith looked at me later and he goes, "Did you wear that?" I said, "Yes, I did." So my goal tonight is to not fall down and to remember what I'm supposed to say. And I would like to ask you to keep your expectations low. Then we should have more laughter. I'm a single mom, and that came about by I was married twice, and I had 2 successful divorces. And so now I'm 40 years old, and it's like, oh, I'm not going to have a kid. I'm too old. And then around 43 years old, I decided I want to have a kid. But I was a little nervous about making the commitment because I was single, and every animal I had adopted from the Humane Society, I actually took back. So I was a little concerned about the kid thing. So I thought, well, I'll start off slow. I'll start off as a foster mom, and then I can bring him back. And so it took me a year to commit to fostering, So finally, when I did say yes, I'll foster, the CPS worker called me and he said, Chris, we've got a brand new baby, newborn. He's medically fragile, 3 months premature. He's at Kapiolani. I said, I don't know if I can do it. I'm a full-time realtor. I'm a single mom. Do you think I can do it? And he said, you know, you can keep him for 2 months, and if you can't do it, you just bring him back. And I went, that's perfect. So, you know, life works out like it's supposed to. So I brought him home, and he was hooked up to oxygen and had dents in his head, and I fell in love. He had issues, I have issues, so it matches. And I realized they call them special needs now. They have a lot of different titles for it, but special needs. And I realized I have a lot of special needs as well. And my friends are very special needs, and they're all sitting right here in front. So thank you for coming. And there's a lot of special needs walking around Kihei. You see them all over the place, and we call them tourists. And but you know, right now there's a lot of them, but you know, we get through. I haven't hit too many on the road. The other day I went to Threes to practice, and it's nighttime. It's past my bedtime, it's 9 o'clock at night, and I'm backing up, and I drive a minivan because I'm a mom. And I'm backing up, and I know my back lights work, and I'm turning around like this, and I can't see anybody, and I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, driving like a stupid idiot. And I get out, and this guy says, didn't you see those people? They're all dressed in black. I said, no. He said, did you look? I said, yeah. He said, didn't you see him? I said, no. I said, didn't you see my backup lights and what an idiot driver I was? It was like, step out of the way. So, gotta love them. They pay our bills. So, back to being a mom with this special needs son. He's 8 years old now. And thank you. I know, I love those applause. It's just because I've kept him alive for 8 years. Because that's really the challenge as a parent, is just to keep the kids alive, what I've realized. He climbs on everything. I couldn't even keep him in a playpen because he'd straddle himself out and almost fall on his head. So he didn't learn to walk for a while, but he could climb. He's 8 years old, he's in 2nd grade. They have incredible services here on Maui. The DOE is incredible for special services. I just love the people he works with. I just can't thank them enough. One of the issues he has is around his eyes, and we don't know what he can and can't see. So the Organization for the Blind has been very welcoming to us, and they have a lot of activities that I didn't know about before I got into, you know, having this child. One of them is at Halloween we do pumpkin carving, and at Christmas time we do cookie decorating. But my all-time favorite was it's springtime and it's whale watching time. So it was fun to see them all lined up at the boat waiting to get on. So that's the special needs community, and they are really, really good. Like I said, I'm a single mom. I did that by choice. I decided I didn't have to have another child that's an adult with me, it's called a man. And so I had talked to all my married friends that had kids, and I said, what do you think? You think I can do it single? And they said, yeah, actually, it's going to be easier. I said, okay. And it actually has been, because I get to make all the decisions. Of course, my poor son, because he does have me as a single mom, instead of a college fund, I'm saving a therapy fund for him. And so I'm single. I'm 52 years old. Have a special needs son, and I'm menopausal. The men are knocking down my door. I'm a little menopausal now. That's for you. I gotta tell you, Randy Antonio dressed me. Because I don't dress like this. I'm just hoping I don't fall down tonight with these shoes on. So I had to do the Spanx for him. So, you know, I do actually get dates despite all this. And, but it's interesting dating at this age. My friends, you know, every woman I talk to, oh, you can't find a date on Maui, you can't find a date on Maui, there's no good men. Well, I I get a few dates. And they asked me how I do it, and I said, well, I keep my standards really low. And then what I do is, if they look okay and they smell okay, I ask them, do you have a car? And if they say yes, then I say, well, do you live in it? And if they say no, then they're worth going out with. So, you guys are fun. The people at bars are too drunk to listen, so it's like... Plus, they're all under 30 and they're all stoned, so they don't get any of this humor at all. So what else did I need to... Oh, the dating thing, yes. So I have dated. You know, one of the things on Maui, though, is the island is so small. You know, I moved here in '81. There's only like 60,000 people. So when I started dating... Well, no, I was married then. Yeah, I had to date after I was divorced. But, you know, when you date here, you don't really lose a boyfriend or girlfriend. You just recycle them. You know, you just keep using the same... Oh, he's back again. Okay. And we know each other so well that we don't have to go through all that, oh, he likes me, you know. It's just like, come on. Is that 5? I gotta laugh, I'm going. Thank you very much.
Okay, we don't need your commentary. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Bill.
Funny, Chris. I mean, you are absolutely knockdown funny. I mean, that is great material, great execution, great timing. I hope this is the beginning of a lot more comedy from you because you're really funny, girl.
I agree, Phil. Absolutely wonderful. And anybody that's ever tried comedy knows it's not easy standing up there and doing it. And you knocked it out, all original. And you flashed us too. Thank you.
Yeah, stand-up comedy is really hard because you got to keep them laughing. I remember your stories. I don't even like to do it. But I totally appreciated you telling your real stories in life and making it funny without potty mouth. Thank you. And showing your Spanx, I did give you an extra point in execution.
Awesome. Thank you, yes. She's like, okay, I can go. Awesome, awesome. We're having fun. We're having fun. This is great. All right, part of the reason we're having so much fun is because the pre-show tonight was rockin' due to our house band, Fred's Garage. You guys are super awesome. Thank you so much for being here again with us this year. I'm going to introduce you now. So, Ricky, can we have some lights up on the band, please? No, they're there. They're there. They're hiding in the wings. I saw them hanging out. I knew they were close. Okay, get your instruments on. You're going to give us a little like riff thing going on. That's how you do it, right? When you introduce a band. It's like, oh, there's Mark Jackson. Didn't he sound great? Just kidding. All right, so first on the guitar, ladies and gentlemen, is a realtor broker with Coldwell Banker Island Properties, Lahaina, Mark Jackson. Awesome. Woo. On the bass, he isn't a realtor, but we like him anyway. Jason Jerome. All right. And on the drums, realtor broker with Maui Estates International, the always lively Mr. West Side. side, Ray Chin. Anyone who has more energy than I do scares me. Ray, you scare me. I love you, but you scare me. All right, at last, a special guest. Is there a special guest around? Is he around? That's playing with you tonight?
He had special needs.
Where? Oh. Very funny. Okay, so when he comes up here, where'd he go? Kid, where are you? Oh, you want to know? Run down? No? Okay, yes, come. All right. So this is a special guest of the band tonight. And do you have your thing? What you call it? Your sax? Where is it? Is it over there? Come on. I'm stalling for you to get over there. Okay. You also may know him as Rams Got Talent 2013 second place finisher. Rocking the sax, Mr. Kid Okazaki. See, that was worth it. That was worth it, right? All right, thank you again to Fred's Garage for donating your time and talent to this event. By the way, if you want to book these guys, they are available for hire. You can check them out at fredsgaragemaui.wordpress.com. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're good for now, Kid. You can go sit, but the rest of you, hang out a little bit. Okay. All right, our next contestants. They both started playing classical piano at about 9 years of age. This time I'm going to cheat and say their names because there's two of them and I couldn't figure out a way to do this. So, Moana's teacher was Elena Marcella and Savannah's teacher is Miss Pei-Ling Lin. They love to play the music of Kahoanu Lake. Said I wouldn't mess that up. Okay, with ukulele and cello for their hula sisters whenever they have the chance. Savannah is 20 years old and is the daughter of Dr. Greg and Jennifer Hoke. She loves to play Scrabble, basketball, and make artsy greeting cards. Moana is years old. We won't disclose her age. But in her spare time, she loves to compose music, teach the hula, and cook French food. These ladies have chosen to perform a medley of some of their favorite music for you tonight. On ukulele, cello, and piano, welcome from Equity One, Moana Anderson and her guest, Savannah Hope. Wow, that was a really quick turnover. Good job, Michael. Oops.
Hi. Everybody's been so good. I was thinking, oh, that's my favorite. And then the next one was, that's my super favorite. So I hope this is your favorite. Please. We're going to perform for you tonight Ko'ula, written by Alvin Isaacs, describing the famous waters on Kauai. And then we'd like to perform for you Jerome Kern's 1933, a part of it because we only have 5 minutes, Broadway sensation, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, and also Bach's Preludium in C minor. Thank you. Oh taua a o koula hili hune nei ka ulili
Wow. That was crazy. That was awesome. I'm playing the cello. No, I'm dancing hula. I'm playing the piano. No, I'm playing ukulele. Wow, that was amazing. 5 minutes. That was really, really clever. Creative. Judges.
Moana and Savannah. Beautiful names, beautiful names. Obviously very talented. Most people go through life trying to find one thing they're good at. Obviously you're multi-talented. Wonderful. And you just kind of drew me into that piece as it went on, especially when you both hit the keyboards. And yeah, you're both lovely and terrific performance. Thank you.
I was looking for a talent multiplier on my sheet, but there was none. Kahau Anu would have been very proud of that performance. It's a remix. Ko'ula Manavayopuna 2015. And mahalo for the hours that you practice, because it is apparent you are committed to the art. Job well done, outstanding.
The Hawaiian language is such a beautiful language. To me, every time I hear it, it speaks of music. And you did a wonderful job of interpretation, and your skill was magnificent.
Okay, now it's time for the first audience participation section. I would like to bring up Sharon Robinson from Mason McDuffie Mortgage Corporation. Mason McDuffie, come on up here, Sharon. Mason McDuffie is our wonderful pledge card sponsor this year. Sharon is going to share a little bit about the Rams Presidential Scholarship Fund with you. And after that, we will be asking you for a contribution to this fund. Hey, so be prepared. But we're going to spice it up a little bit this year, unlike last year. We're doing a little bit more, so something that's more entertaining. So Sharon, I will let you get us started. Can we have a mic for Sharon? Michael, please. We will. It's on. Just number 2, Donnie. Number 2, Donnie.
Hello.
Yay.
Okay, so this is for the kids of Maui. It's a great fundraiser. So we're going to ask you to do donations. Some of the ladies from Mason McDuffie will have baskets, and they'll go around and ask you to get money. And we do have pledge cards. If you look in your programs, pledge cards, if you're not prepared to give us money today, you can fill out your name, phone number, email. The best way to contact you. So we won't put too much pressure on you tonight, but dig deep, okay?
Thank you, Sharon. Okay, so I know I had it in here somewhere, but okay, yeah, it's later on in the program. I'll get there. The sponsors have already done a really great job in helping us to raise money for the scholarship fund. We'll talk a little bit about that later. So the next part of this, though, is that I asked my friend, Christy Scott, who was one of the, the buyers, the couple with Larry Feinberg in the opening number, and some of you may recognize her from the theater scene. She travels the island emceeing, performing, directing, teaching, running after-school programs, theater camps. She was in Les Mis at the MAC, blah, blah, blah. I'm just kidding. Okay, anyway, I asked her to think of a song to perform for you guys that might help you get in the spirit of donating. Now, I was originally thinking of songs like Money Makes the World Go Round or Money, That's What I Want, but she chose a little bit of a different angle. The idea here is that if you don't help these kids, they could end up in orphanages, being raised by evil, alcoholic den mothers who probably would not encourage them to go to college. Okay, so maybe it's not 100% accurate, but you get the idea. Okay, so Ricky, I'm going to have you just bring the house lights up low a little bit so you guys can see. Please pull out your pledge cards from your programs during this song, and then, add checks or just fill out the program, and then hand them to one of the Mason McDuffie girls walking the aisles during the song. And while you're doing that, performing Little Girls as Mrs. Hannigan from Annie, here is Christy Scott.
Little girls, everywhere I look, I can see them. Little girls, night and day, I eat, sleep, and breathe them. I'd like a man to nibble on my ear, but I'll admit, no man has bit. So how come I'm the mother of the year? Hide these little teeth, everything around me is little. If I wring little necks, little bloomer. I'd have cracked years ago if it weren't for my sense of humor. Someday I'll step on their freckles. Some night I'll straighten their curls. Send the flood, send the flu, anything that you can do to little girls. Someday I'll land in the nut house with all the nuts and the squirrels. There I'll stay tucked away till the prohibition of little girls.
What a horrible woman. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much. I have no idea how that went because I was back there, but I really wanted to look. Okay, thank you, though, for your donations and support and attending tonight, because, of course, that does help. Helping to make this a success for the Scholarship Fund. And don't forget that a portion of the proceeds for tonight also help to benefit Maui on stage at the EO Theater, and they will have a special treat for us in the second half of the program. But now, another special treat for you. Closing out the first half of our show is last year's winner. Yeah, I know. You already heard his bio because he's also one of our judges tonight. That's kind of the rule. That's what we're doing here. I was going to say I have no idea what song he's playing, but he told me in the beginning of the show, but I'm going to let it be a surprise for you. And I think, yeah, he's got Fred's Garage backing him, so I know it's going to be awesome. Here is your winner from last year, Phil Smith.
Well, how y'all are, huh? You having fun so far? Isn't it amazing that all these realtors have that talent? There was a little boy by the name of Tijon, and he lived down in Crawley, Louisiana. And Tijon, he was a studious boy, and he only really wanted to be a newspaper people, what you call them, journalism people. So one day the teacher said, I want you to write what you call a thesis, a term paper out of a word you pull out of a hat. So he pulled out a word out of the hat and he goes home and he walks in the door and he's looking sad, and his papa said, Tijon, you look so sad. What's the matter? Huh? He said, well, Papa, you know how much I want to be them newspaper people, them journalism people. He said, yeah. He said, the teacher said she wanted us to write what you call a thesis, a term paper out of a word we pull out of a hat. He said, I pull out the word frugal, but I don't know what that means. He said, well, it don't mean a thing except thrifty. So he goes into the kitchen, and his sister Josephine, she said, Tijon, you look so sad. What's wrong, huh? He said, well, you know how much I want to be them journalism people, the newspaper people. Said, yeah. Said, the teacher wanted us to write what you call a thesis, a term paper out of a word we pull out of a hat. I pulled out the word frugal, but I did not know what frugal meant. Papa said it means thrifty, but I don't know what thrifty mean. She said, well, it don't mean a thing except to save. He said, thank you very much. So he goes and writes his paper, and the next day the teacher said, who would like to read their paper for the class? Tijon got his hand up right away. She said, okay, Tijon, unclimb your desk and brought yourself up here. So he unclimbed his desk and he brought himself up there and he began to read. Once upon a time, there was the most beautiful female lady type person you ever saw again before in your life. And she go riding through this forest on this nice white horse. Loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. And the sun was shining and the sky was blue and the possums and the armadillos all running around in the forest. And she'd go further in that forest. Loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. And she did not know that somebody had dug what you call a big bear pit in that forest, and she went loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop, ka-zoom. Female lady type person, horse and all go down in the bear pit, and she cannot unclimb the bear pit. And about 20 or 15 minutes, the most handsome prince you ever saw again before in your life go riding through that same forest on a nice black horse. Loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. And the sky was high, the sky was blue, and the sun was shining, and the possums and the armadillos all running around the forest. And he go through that forest, loop-de-loop-de-loop, and he hears this sound. Frugal me. And he goes a little bit further into the forest, loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop, and that sound gets louder. Frugal me. So he go loop-de-loop-de-loop. He brought himself up to that bear pit. He wore himself. And he unclimbed his horse. He looked down in that bear pit. And down in that bear pit was the most beautiful female lady type woman he ever saw again before in his life, I guarantee. He jumped down in that bear pit and frugaled her, and they lived happily ever after. Okay, boys, let's frugal this crowd. 1, 2, 3. I'm just a gigolo everywhere I go. People know the part I'm playing. Paid for every dance, stealing each romance. Every night some heart I'm breaking. There will come a day, youth will pass away. Then what will they say about me? When the end comes, I know they'll say just a gigolo. As life goes on without me, yes, I'm just a gigolo. Everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. Paid for every dance, selling each romance. Every night some heart betraying. There will come a day, youth will pass away. And what will they say about me? When the end comes, I know they'll say just a gigolo. Life goes on without me, 'cause I ain't got nobody. Nobody cares for me. No, that's why I'm so sad and lonely. So sad and lonely. I don't want somebody come take a chance with me, 'cause I ain't so bad. I'll sing sweet love songs, baby, all the time. If you would come and be my sweet baby mine, 'cause I ain't got nobody cares for me. Yeah. Nobody cares for me. That's why I'm so sad and lonely, so sad and lonely. I want somebody come take a chance with me, 'cause I ain't so bad. I'll sing sweet love songs, baby, all the time. If you would come and be my sweet baby mine. I ain't got nobody, and nobody cares for. Nobody cares for. Nobody. I ain't got no one. I'm solo. All alone. Nobody likes me. I can't get a crowd. Nobody likes me. Nobody. No one. I'm all alone. 'Cause Nobody cares for, nobody cares for. The boys in the band. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil. You don't have to give commentary on that one. That wouldn't really be fair. Thank you. Okay, so before we take a little break, before our second half, I would like to thank a few people in addition to our participants tonight and our wonderful judges. I would like to recognize some of our sponsors that have helped to make tonight possible and have already contributed, this is where I was looking for that number, over $8,200 towards scholarships already before we open the doors tonight. That's wonderful, and it's over 1,200 more than we had at this time last year, so thank you to our sponsors. Okay, Ricky, can we bring the house lights up, please? Thank you. Our sponsors are, and please stand up, those of you who are in the house tonight, Mason McDuffie Mortgage Company. Thank you. Island Independence. Those lovely gentlemen in the tuxes that you saw outside. I don't know where they are right now. Bank of Hawaii. Thank you, Bank of Hawaii. Coldwell Banker. Thank you. Dave Futch, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Mike Trotto and Alan Muniz from Polykai Realtors. La Costa Realty, Hawaii. PD. Island Window Coverings. Yay, well, Mary's performing, so she's back there. Dave Futch, you get to stand up again. Dave Futch. You do-gooder, you. Axia Home Loans. The lovely ladies in red. Marianne Curry at State Farm Insurance. Thank you, Marianne. Keller Williams Honolulu. I'll stand right here. Thank you, please. Title Guarantee. Whalers Realty. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. Marion Haller. She might be backstage getting ready to perform or something. Old Republic, Title and Escrow. Elite Lending, Amy Webb, and Maui Solar Project, who are also sponsoring the after party tonight. Thank you, wonderful sponsors, and also a special shout out to Kevin Harrington from Harrington Productions for stepping up at the very last minute with an additional camera so we can see your beautiful faces, and a switcher, without which we would have been in some deep kukai, as my mother likes to say. And of course, our wonderful RAM videographer, who we know and love, Brian Rothstein of yourwebcast.com. Thank you, Brian. Thank you all so very much for helping to make this happen tonight. So who attended the pre-show party earlier tonight at Main Street Bistro? Clap if you did. Awesome. Was it fun? Yeah, the Foxes had fun. Well, for those of you who haven't heard, there will also be a post-show party, which I mentioned was going to be at Keone Ball's house. Is anybody still up for that idea? Because that would be good. We can do the chicken dance on our way over there. It would be really cool. Okay, no. It's going to be at Tiffany's Bar and Grill, which is right down on Lower Main Street, close to here. And it is sponsored by the lovely ladies at Elite Lending. Thank you very much. And if you haven't gotten tickets for that, but would like to, I think are there still tickets left? There's a few left, so they should see you, Amy Webb in the gold dress, or Dave Futch. He'll love me for volunteering him. Okay, so now we are going to take a 15-minute intermission with Fred's Garage, and we'll be back with performances from our last 4 contestants and a number from some of the cast of Maui on Stage's summer musical, Annie, Get Your Gun, right after this. Stay tuned.